Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Spence, let's trip out.
All right, we're back without James. He's not here again. He misses the Deathtones again, and we're here with Mr. Grimm. Who, you guys have a lot of exciting news going on, like a lot of stuff. So why don't you fill us in from the last time we heard from you?
Jeez. Oh boy! So from the last time, that we release something new every single month. We try our hardest to constantly put out new music. So we rounded out the end of 2022 with a song about Thanksgiving, which is Thanks Killing.
I like that.
Moans. And then we we recorded an album called Horror Days, Happy Horror Days.
Yeah,
And it's a thing.
it's a thing. I liked it.
It's funny. The band we joke about it because, like, you know, it's not our music besides Black Christmas. Black Christmas is an original that we wrote on there. We wrote it years ago under our other band. But we re-recorded we had re-recorded the Black Christmas for the Happy Horror Days album. That's our favorite song on there, and it's gotten a lot of praise, like reviews, and people love it, and people have commented to us and messaged us about how great it is, and I'm like, man, I don't hear it, but I think it's probably just because of covers, and that's not really what we do. You know, we like
that's understandable.
Original. But then we kicked off the new year with we got the CD compilation for the We Are Horror record, so that's who we're signed to now.
Yep.
Based out of the UK. Dan Phillips runs that, and Dan is awesome. So Dan, if you're listening, if you're watching, thank you very much for taking a chance on us. We appreciate it.
We're excited to be working alongside him too now. So that'll be fun.
Yes. I've seen some back and forth with you.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we did the album sampler with Dan. That was a press limited run. I think it was like 50 copies. I believe it's sold out, but you can still get it digital. It's We Are Horror Records. I think it's .uk, but he's got a Bandcamp, he's got a Facebook, he's got everything. Yeah. And then we dropped a single with, like, we released it, you know, on our own, but it was also released through the label as well. It's called Friday the 13th. It just dropped on Friday the 13th, and I believe it was like a double drop. We did a drop with a band called Los Muerts.
The Dead?
They're all signed to the label. What's that?
The Deads? Los Muertos?
Yep.
Clever. Good times.
Yeah, right? So they did a Friday the 13th song as well. That got released through the label. And then on top of that, we were releasing our first full-length physical album, which is called The American Invasion. That's released through the record label as well. We Are Horror Records. And it's got all 3 of our 2022 EPs on it, plus 3 bonus tracks that are only available on that album, which you can pick up at the We Are Horror Bandcamp. And they got it on digital. You could get it physical as well, which, you know, whatever somebody wants. But
yeah,
so that's what we got there. And then obviously we got other stuff coming down the line that I'm really, really excited about.
yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
I think it's great. It's
Thanks.
actually going to be a full, like, don't be wrong. I mean, you guys have produced enough musically speaking, just because of the way in which you decided to go about it. Like the releasing what comes out to be almost like a bi-weekly basis, which is fantastic from a standpoint of wanting new, like, I don't know, the music, like the way things go now, it has changed so much to the extent you can actually do that because people are always craving some new content.
Of course, yeah. People
brilliant.
get bored so quick. You can't ride a 10, 12 song album for a year, 2 years, 3. Nobody
Not
gives
anymore. Yeah, no, there's no more hoping for the fucking sophomore effort to be better. It just is. That's not a thing anymore.
People want instant gratification. They want one song that they can put on a playlist or a mix that they made, whatever.
Or a really great chorus that'll look good behind a TikTok.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
The thing is, with the fact that there is now actually a full album, I mean, honestly, like calling it an album, it's almost like a compendium of what you've done so far. Yeah. Which, I mean, from personal experience, for anybody who happens to come across this, seriously, go check out what has been done so far. It's all you really need to know about whether or not you're going to enjoy it. You will.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know. I am fucking stoked that there's a place to get all of it in one go now.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, you know, and I don't know. I don't want to. I hate talking it up because obviously I was like, oh, of course you're going to talk good about your own band. But when you listen to all that stuff, like a lot of bands, you can tell through releases, like, oh, they changed, their sound changed, or the dynamics of the band changed, or whatever, you know, and you can hear the difference. But, and I mean it in a good way with us, like, you can listen to our first release and you can listen to, you could listen to the first EP that we released last year, and you could listen to the Friday the 13th release that we just released 2 days ago, and you'd be like, oh man, they could be on the same album.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I'm just saying there's consistency. There's a solid fucking form to it, and it is something to be enjoyed. Like, and if you like the first release, you're gonna like all of them. I mean, they're just
and that's it. I like to. It's probably because they're my favorite fucking band, Motorhead. I've always said, like, if you like one Motorhead song, you like every fucking song because they all sound the same. Like,
that's actually the point. Like, if everybody has heard Ace of Spades, and very few people, even at the time that became an almost hit, actually went to check out the rest of the band. But the thing, like, if you enjoyed Ace of Spades, you like Motorhead.
Yeah.
You like all of Motorhead. You like every song. You like Ace of Spades, you like Lemmy.
Yep. Well, yeah, exactly. Yep. 100%. 100%. And I think that's a great business model to have, you know, like just be consistent, because if you start making weird shit, you know, you'll
always want to play around with a chord. See what happens. We'll break out a stylophone and see how that works for the next one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bring in the marching band.
Man, it worked for My Chemical Romance, apparently. I mean, it's not...
right? If it's done right, I guess anything could work, right?
I think so, right? Like, I mean, shit, even Metallica played with the fucking orchestra.
Yeah. I mean, granted, they did do that album Lulu with Lou Reed, and I don't know if you listened to it, but it is.
Oh, Lou Reed? Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was listening to my 3.5-year-old be angry about Night Night.
Yeah. I get angry. I'm 35. I still get angry about 99.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. No, I'm with you on that. I don't even blame her. Like, I get mad about it. Like, your lack of sleep is interrupting my ability to enjoy decent movies. But I understand why. you have far more energy than I do, and you have far more reason to want to stay up. You have no fucking idea what happens after midnight.
Yeah, it's true.
Nothing, by the way, nothing happens after midnight, but
It's magical to them.
it fucking is because it's something shit. When they go to sleep, there's a day of the year that we tell them that you're going to go to bed and wake up because a magic man gave you presents.
Yeah.
Very
Like you
true.
wake up and like that shit's going to happen. You know why? The world is still perfect. So as far as that kid is concerned, anything after midnight is a magic time.
Yes.
So what I had said about Lou Reed, just a quick touch on it. Metallica did an album with Lou Reed, and they called it Lulu. And it's not good.
It's not good because of Metallica. It's not good because of Lou Reed. And bearing in mind, I like Lou Reed. I love like Velvet Underground, Lou Reed, everything that guy fucking produced. Peaceful, like Perfect Day is a fucking wonderful song, and it's one of the slowest, most waltz-oriented, like just sappy sort of songs, but it's still perfect. It's still very much Lou Reed.
Yeah. Yep.
So was it bad because of Metallica, or was it bad because of Lou Reed, or was it bad because those two fucking combinations should never have happened?
Right there. It's bad. It's not a Metallica album. It's not a Lou Reed album. So what it is it's a concept album. I believe the entire album is written about a play. Now, I haven't looked entirely into it, but the songs are like forever long. They're not like verse, chorus, solo, chorus. Like there's no real structure. It
They're like
might have
Justice for All.
And worse.
Oh.
No, like the same riff for 8 minutes, and it's like almost like Lou Reed spoken word poetry.
Very good.
Hey, welcome.
This is Loki. Yes.
This is Loki.
This is Loki.
This is a kitty fighting
Loki's
enormous
Loki.
spot down there. That's what that was.
Yeah. His last name is Cockenstuff.
That's a fine German name.
Yeah.
Hans Christian Andersen.
You know what's fuck? By the way, concept album. So the Lou Reed Metallica thing. Let me. You guys know Blue Oyster Cult, right?
Of course.
Okay, so Blue Oyster Cult and the movie Heavy Metal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire of Unknown Origin. Have you guys ever heard that album?
No, I have not.
This is not going to mean a lot to you guys, but just to tell you, once this conversation is over, I'm sure it's on Spotify. I have no doubt that it's on Pandora because it's in my playlist. It's in a lot of places. If you've seen the movie Heavy Metal, go listen to Fire of Unknown Origin. Every song on that album was written for the movie Heavy Metal.
Really?
Only one of them got a 20-second clip in one part of it.
Oh shit.
I cannot understand it. I don't know what happened. I've researched it. I've looked it up. I've done everything I could to figure out why they did an entire soundtrack that got ditched.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
if
you're bored, you want to check it out, Fire of Unknown Origin.
Yep.
Watch
I'll
the
check
movie first, then go listen to it. Every song, you're going to be like, oh shit, I know where this was supposed to be.
Wow. That's kind of like they had originally wanted Megadeth and Dave Mustaine to write the title track to Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure, the second Bill and Ted.
I just seem to recall something about this.
Yeah.
So it was obviously their bogus adventure. They die, they meet the Grim Reaper, they go to hell. The whole. It was originally supposed to be called Bill and Ted Go to Hell, and that's what Dave
first third of the movie.
Yeah. So he wrote a song called "Go to Hell," and you can hear it. It's a Megadeth song. They ended up releasing it. When they brought it to the studio, to the production company, like, hey, here's the song. They were like, why would you write a song like this for like a fucking kids movie, like a teenage?
This was supposed to be a pop release, and you guys just screwed it.
And he was like, what? And they're like, why would you write such an angry song? He was like, I was told the movie is called Go to Hell. And they're like, that was a working title. It's called Bogus Adventure. And he was like,
well, maybe if somebody clued him up, it's fucking Dave Mustaine. Man riding a bus who looked at something and found out what the definition of Megadeth was and was like, that's a good band name.
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy you're going to fucking go with and be like, goes to hell, why would you do this? What? You not do any of your fucking research?
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it if somebody was like, "Oh yeah, have Blue Oyster Cult write it," and then like maybe money got involved, and it was
Yeah.
well, we'll pay you.
Specific, like, all right, so if you the movie Heavy Metal, you remember the last really good animation part of it, the Tarna thing with her at the end of the movie. It was the best animated part of it. Ralph Bakshi had something to do with it. Like, it is the best, like, frame for frame animation that I've ever seen in my life, even to this day.
Okay.
There's the main character is named Tarna. There's a whole thing about it. Like, go watch the movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch the movie. You will thank me or hate me for it, one or the other. Part of the matter is, the Blue Oyster Cult album, Fire of Unknown Origins, actually the last song of the album, mentions her by name and does a play-by-play for what's occurring at the end of the movie.
Oh shit!
It is 100% like this. This album was written for the fucking movie and not used, except for, like I said, a 20 or 25-second clip during one part that it doesn't make any sense for that song to be there.
Shit! Yeah, I want to listen to that album now.
Yeah.
It is a great album. Actually, you know what? From your standpoint, there's a song on there called Joan Crawford.
Okay.
It's literally the entire thing is about. It was after Mommy Dearest came out, which Mommy Dearest, everybody's seen Mommy Dearest.
Yeah.
It's basically retribution for Christina selling the rights to the story.
Nice.
That song, I feel like I said, if you watch it, 100% was supposed to go with the zombie part of Heavy Metal.
Wow.
By itself, it's fucking terrifying. The song is a terrifying song.
That's cool.
That was a weird sidetrack.
Yeah.
Good one.
Sidebar.
I mean, this place would not be this place without getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can make it from point A to point B without hitting fucking Y.
Right.
Oh, man.
This is actually, by the way, interestingly enough, we had a conversation earlier today with a buddy in Scotland. My question, are we going to just string these together as like a 5-hour long episode with a lead in that doesn't really make much sense? Because that would be really fucking funny.
Yeah, it would.
We'd be the only ones that understood why it was funny. There'd be like 2 people skipping by on YouTube and being like, what? That would be the end of it. But like for the rest of us, it would be fucking hilarious.
We'll make
the
3
first
clips.
half
We'll
would
make
be
one
mostly
episode.
James guessing wrestling characters and getting them right. Goodness gracious.
That was amazing. Was that not all right? So here's the thing. Our buddy out in Scotland he's a collector of both toys, memorabilia, action figures in general, and a massive number of wrestling figures. Like he's very proud of wrestling figures, right? Just like we're gonna play name the wrestling figure, and James was literally just like he'd pull him up, and there'd be a chunk of plastic in the bottom of the screen. He'd be like Undertaker.
That's great.
Yeah.
And like, it was just fucking.
That's awesome.
Not even like a little white spot sting.
Yeah, I don't think
like
he
it was
missed
like
one.
crazy.
I don't think he missed one, and there was like 100 of them.
Yeah, it was
Seriously,
all.
it was amazing. Like I can't wait to have my little nephew who loves wrestling watch that episode.
Oh, wrestling. Oh, wrestling's great, man.
Yeah.
It's not what it used to be, but I love it. I love it. I grew up Macho Man and Hulk Hogan and the Big Boss Man and the Ultimate Warrior.
See, that's the thing. My thing growing up, like it was always like I think I was saying earlier, even on that episode, it was like Andre the Giant. I watched the pay-per-view where fucking Hogan put Andre over his head.
Yeah.
Like, that was my end of enjoying wrestling too, though, because Andre he retired after that, and there was like this giant thing about him.
Yep.
Just the fact that he was this amazing, more than human thing.
Yes.
Like I don't know. It was
wrestling, the Princess Bride movie, and like.
Oh God,
good stuff going on.
Just him being as Fezzik. Just the fact that he was in that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Better. Actually, everybody that was in that movie was in the right part.
Oh man. Well, on that note, why don't we take a quick break and we'll come back and talk some more.
Cool.
All right.
Today we'll have a ball at breakfast with my delicious cereal.
Chocula.
Ah, music to my ears.
Delicious chocolatey flavor and tasty marshmallow.
Step aside, Count Clumsy, while I cut in with my ever so scrumptious Frankenberry, my strawberry-flavored cereal with tasty marshmallow.
It's a real hit.
Count Chocula, Frankenberry. You can enjoy this good, nutritious breakfast with
Frankenberry. Count Chocula.
Here she comes! Warlord's ready, powers on high. Just like those big boys, she's itching to fly. Yeah, she's looking for trouble! SST, muscle machines. They're big, bad, dirty, and mean. Those dual stick shifters make her really move. Big bad Warlord's got nothing to prove.
It's bad!
SST, muscle machines. They're big, bad, dirty, and mean. SST muscle machines Warlord. Other muscle machines sold separately. Batteries not included from Play School.
Ooh. Okay. I know we get going real good and we forget we're not recording, huh?
Really. Everybody misses all the good conversations.
Right?
Or they get the rehash variety thereof.
Yeah.
Although the truth of the matter is that most of the time the rehashes occur, they're actually better because people had time to polish and think about what they were saying.
True.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not just rambling on.
Well, shit, even the questions are better. And honestly, the questions are mostly off the cuff and like free. Basically, it's brain diarrhea. Are most of the questions.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I mean, they all pertain to the subject matter. At least it's not anything random like where do you get your shoes? That's Although now that I mention it, endorsement deals. What's are there any possibilities going on there? I mean, I know you guys are still
not yet, but I would love to talk to I mean, if they're listening, Demonia Boots, yeah, I love your shit.
Even from a musical standpoint, like I know that was always the dream. When I mean, in some of the first punk bands I was ever in there, I would play with people who were also local groups, and it was always the same thing. Like, man, I just got sponsored. How? I wrote him and told him I knew how to play a drum.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I don't have to buy my sticks now. And there are other guitarists like I've never bought strings, but these fucking things break all the time. Doesn't matter, they're free.
Yeah.
I mean,
like dancers, they do that same thing. They get all their stuff for free.
Well, the question is, like, I know that you guys kind of really kicked off and got going during the pandemic. So this is it's a new world really altogether, isn't it? It's not what it once was.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, there are, by the way, anybody who happens to run across this, there are other episodes involving the Deathtones where you will find out about the recording process.
Yeah.
But it's legitimately like these guys had not actually met each other physically for a while.
Oh, shoot.
Recording songs.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing process, and it served you well.
Yeah, I think the let's see. I want to say from the second EP all the way to present day, we have not been in the same studio at the same time writing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I got a question. Does that prevent some of the fights, like band fights a little more?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because nobody's arguing over each other like, oh, well, I want to do this or I think we do this. So, like most of the time, Billy, our singer, he'll create like the skeleton of the song and he'll send it to me so I can get drums into it. And I'll usually send ideas back to him. Hey, I want to put a stop here. Hey, I want to extend this part by 2, whatever the case is. He'll take what I want to do. He'll re-record, send it back. I'll record it. And then we send it to the rest of the guys. Mikey, our bassist, he lays down his bass, sends it back into the cloud. Everything is all file transfer on the cloud. And then our guitarists step in and they lay their solos down. And we just, that's something I cover my mouth. I got a fucking mask on.
That's the signs of good breeding.
But that was something that I had skipped over. We got a new guitarist.
Oh,
not new as in replaced.
You have an
new as in
like,
yeah.
Oh, good. This is going to be the Chucky.
No, God,
Somebody's
no.
a little. Let's make him a little. Please.
Oh, bring in a little person. Oh, bring in a little person.
His
Yeah, little,
story
five,
is great.
be like 5'6". That'd be fine.
I'll do it.
So
No, as far
his
as
name.
by the way, interesting. That did raise a question, something I thought about a while back, but I didn't ask the first couple of times we talked. Well, I mean, the second time because that was all bullshit trivia. But in this case, you're Kruger with the glove.
Yep.
When playing, like if there, because there will eventually be more live shows. I mean, there's going to have to be.
Yep.
How is he going to work that?
He's gonna do it. I said to him, I was like, brother, I was like, that's not gonna be hard. He was like, not if I practice. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, like, like, what I was thinking is he cut the fucking finger grips loose,
so his
hands were open.
Yeah.
And they were just playing. Maybe, I mean, you would have to put something to keep them stiff because otherwise they're just going to be banging into the fucking low strings every time you were playing.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know what his plan is, but he said he's going to be able to do it. So
that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah. It would be awesome to see somebody on stage playing with a goddamn Freddy Krueger glove.
Oh no, that would
be up at night or anything, but I've definitely thought about it at night before going to sleep.
Oh.
Jason's laying there. Did Freddy play guitar?
Well, no, but I swear within the past couple of weeks, I was just thinking, like, how would you rig the fingers? And all I could think of was like the old Halloween costume that popped up in the 80s that had the glove that was all like the plastic tips, but they were flexible.
But it was all
And I was like, no, the nails won't work. So you'd have to cut the loops and you'd have to be able to move just your hands. And I was like, no, then you'd be banging into shit. So that's not going to work. I mean, like, literally, I came up with an entire process in my head that would probably involve a patent.
Well, all right, well, type that out to us. Type that out to us. So then, you know,
we draw the shit out. Like, I have an idea. I have thoughts.
Some good collaborations here. Good collaborations.
Yes, collaborate.
Well, like, you could arguably rig it into the classic Kruger fucking movement and just make sure they were frozen in place as long as they curved down over the body of the base.
Right. Yeah, I would think
I have a lot of free time, man. Don't count me on this.
If you glued the knuckles and then cut out the finger straps, so your fingers can drop.
We're moving, but the hand was frozen, right?
Correct.
So that is something that can be done.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it wasn't just me that was thinking.
No,
it makes me feel better.
Yeah,
he was like, "Yo, this is what I'm gonna do." I was like, "You're not gonna be able to do that," and he was like, "Yeah, I can.
I'll figure it out." No, dude. If you can, I'll be honest with you. If you can play drums on a fucking mask,
oh fuck yeah.
Like I think it's great. Like, at least there's breathing holes in the Jason mask. But I knew, like, so like growing up, going through high school, there was a band where it was one of the best drummers that I've ever known. It was a ska band because that was the time.
Yeah.
Point of the matter is, dude used to play in a full devil mask.
Okay.
And pass out at least 2/3 of the time. Like, it wasn't his fault. He tried. He did his best, but he would have to either call for a break or he'd just fall over while he was playing and they'd cancel the show.
That's ridiculous.
Like a magic turtle. Just done.
It's just the most active part of the fucking band. Like, legitimately, you got to be able to breathe. And he had a solo called "I Am the Devil," and that was the part where he'd normally fall over.
That's great.
No, it was fucking hilarious.
Have the EMTs in the background, they just like take him right off onto a stretcher and run away.
That's the funny. Like, we always figured if they could work it in, but it was never intentional.
Right. Yeah.
And at different parts, it's just if it did happen,
like he was possessed.
Because that was the most active part. It was fucking hot. He didn't prepare for it. He didn't even cut holes in the nostrils of the mask.
Nothing.
Like, it was a full-on mask, horns and everything, and it was full latex. And like, I put it on one time, and it was like, it smells like sadness. It was so bad.
It's like putting on someone else's baseball cap after they've been all gross. You just don't want to do that.
This
It
was
really
like
does.
on
It's
Satan's
nice.
baseball cap and his fucking
Yes, yes. Oh,
that was another sidetrack. But either way, what I'm saying is the fact if you could play in a mask, I'm sure he could figure out the fucking Kruger glove. He's gonna have to.
yeah.
Yep.
There will be a demand. That's my guess.
Will be at the man. Look, everybody, it's the gloveless Freddy Krueger. Get him.
You know, it's fun. It's gonna be hilarious. The first couple of times you guys get out of state, you're gonna run across people that are just staring at his hand the whole time, waiting.
Oh, of course.
What's gonna happen? Are we gonna see it? Now wait. I wasn't paying that close attention. Do you have drumsticks that look like machetes?
No. I used to. In a previous horror punk band that I was in, I had drumsticks that were femurs.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. That
I
was
had
cool.
a drum set years and years ago. I only played a little bit. I don't have the energy, the ADHD that you need to play drums. I don't know. Every drummer I've ever met has a high level of energy that I just don't have.
Got to burn it out somehow, you know.
But my daughter plays drums in school band. She does like all the percussion instruments,
That's
all
cool.
of them. Yeah.
My stomach tells me I would be the lighting guy.
Listen, that's important too. Don't sell yourself short.
No, lighting is very important. Serious.
We've
The
all
sound
seen
guy,
things
that
in-
guy's important too. Come
See how
on.
important lighting is? Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Lighting is
Come on.
important.
You can't see me. Jason just popped out of the dark at you. Now you are screwed.
We'll have to make a meme. You wake up and see this face. What do you do?
yes.
Something that I am slightly worried though about for you guys. It's just like you guys managed to hit on something great during all this. There's a lot of venues that shut down.
Yep.
Over the past 2 years, like venues you guys would have fucking nailed it at. You would have definitely, even if you were the traveling band, you may not have been a headliner. Jesus Christ, you'd have picked up a hell of a fucking show. Except those venues are not there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
we had
there were like 3 in Nashville I can name off the top of my head that are fucking gone. They've been there for 40 fucking years. They're gone now.
the
Mhm.
pandemic, and it was partially it's the obviously during the pandemic, so much ended up shutting down.
Yeah.
Venues just couldn't stay afloat. They couldn't pay their bills anymore, so they ended up closing up. But what sucks is people got very, very comfortable just hanging out at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stuff.
I
Like,
will
fuck.
agree with that. I will agree with that way too much. I mean, like my first show that I went to in 10 years, mind you, so pandemic really didn't have much to do with it. It was like me moving out to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But the first
Right.
show I finally made it to was, a corn show like 3 months ago. It was good.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Let out some fucking demons. But like it really is, it gets to that. Like, do I want to go out tonight or do I just want to sit at home and find entertainment on the programming?
Yeah.
The thing is,
That was a random thought. Sorry, that's streaming shit has fucked me up on that. The
Yep.
fact that I don't have to watch commercials, I'm thrilled to be home and watch a movie.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not proud of it, but it's a true state.
But that's
It
it.
is-
So what ends up happening is now places don't do bands, or like, well, you could play, but we're not going to pay you because nobody's going to show up except the normal people that are always here on a Friday night. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to get people to come out. But Billy and I had a very lengthy brainstorming session, and we got quite a few things that we're working on. A lot of it going towards live shows and how we can go about them in a different way, but still have the same impact that we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Like
Yeah.
not just something else somebody's scrolling to, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was.
So-
I mean, back to that though. I mean, that was one once again, a brilliant way to handle a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep releasing shit. Do it every fucking 2 weeks. Keep writing. Keep releasing.
Yep. So
literally, like, just well thought out. Like, that is a good fucking idea.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not taking, so
Yeah.
it was, the whole band. We had just come up with it.
Oh, band,
Yeah.
perfectly fine, but still, it's a brilliant fucking way to go.
It
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
especially in a time where nobody could do anything.
Yeah. Yep. And people weren't, I guarantee you, no recording studio was like, oh yeah, come on in.
Yeah,
You
not
find
unless
Yeah.
you're going to stay there for 6 weeks at a time together
Yeah.
and not
Well,
leave
and
at all.
everybody in their separate booths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just kind of we're taking that I'm not saying that we reinvented the wheel, but it's definitely a different approach. And I can honestly say I don't know any other bands. In 2022, we released 28 songs.
Yeah.
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 That's
So that's a lot
Which is
of
fucking
music.
super impressive. I mean, you're averaging 2 a month,
So
which is fucking
Yeah.
great.
So like I said, I'm not saying we're reinventing the wheel, but I'd like to
You're
say
definitely
we're
riding it differently.
reinventing the wheel. And
Yeah.
our next thing is we want to do that with shows.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I'm not saying how the sausage is made, but if you take how we were able to come up with a positive through that whole COVID thing,
Yeah.
and look what we did. We're looking to do that with shows, probably in 2024, because the amount of work we need to do to get to where we want to be
Mhm.
is going to take the vast majority of 2023.
Yeah.
You guys seem to have a good working relationship. I mean, quite frankly, as far as the writing goes, that's an impressive feat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's Billy. I mean, obviously I take credit for the drums, but there's times he'll get into the groove of writing and he'll hit us up. We got a band thread, and he'll hit us up with 3 or 4 new songs in a week. Oh, new songs on the cloud. Oh, new songs on the cloud. Oh, new songs on the cloud.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome.
From a drumming
Yeah.
standpoint, do you play to a click or do you play to that?
Billy records to a click,
Right.
then he'll send it over without a click, and he tells me the BPM. Then I put the track into my recording program. I set the click to the BPM. Then I record to the click and his track as well.
Well, I mean, do you ever? Okay, so for example, if he sends something over with a certain thought, have you ever been like, it'd be better sped up, and then you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If he's got something like, oh, I think we got to pick that up a little bit. If we make that faster, it'd sound really good.
Full collaboration.
Yep. Oh, let's drop it down. Let's get a little droning with it.
Yeah.
That is a wonderful fucking thing. Like full on collaboration. That's cool.
The other thing is when Bill comes up with the structure, if he writes something, he never ever and this is cool, and I think this is what really works really well with us is we're all, I don't want to say we're professionals, but we've all been playing instruments for fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
So we all know our instruments, and we've been in bands for that long as well. So we all know how to write and how to record. Like, you have to write for what the song requires, not necessarily what you want to play.
Mhm.
You have to make it enjoyable to the listener. But we never ever, unless we have a really cool idea, we never voice our opinion on what you should do if you haven't done anything yet. So Bill won't send a song over and say, hey, play something like this. He'll never send a song over with like random drums in it. Like,
that's fucking,
no instructions. Nope. He sends it and he says, new song on the cloud. That's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so cool. If I feel that this part should be double time, or this part should be half time, or I'm gonna do the ride cymbal here, whatever, whatever the case is, it's entirely on me.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I've honestly, to be honest, I've never heard of anybody doing it the way you guys are doing it. Like, like I said, I've been around that stuff my whole life, the last 30 years of my life at least.
Yeah.
And so
that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, we think it's a pretty new kind of thing, or different rather.
Yeah.
It's probably like that. You're looking at the future there.
Yeah.
As far as the way people are, at least as far as the way, let's say indie bands, for the moment, let's say indie bands, the way they're going to record, that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. There is no more fucking paying $250 an hour for studio time where you have to rush through that shit and hope to God you got it nailed in shot.
Yeah.
That shit isn't occurring anymore. There's no more fucking begging for somebody to sponsor you so you can get practice time.
Correct.
Shit like that. By the way, only ever had to do it once, and that fucking sucked. That was in Nashville. Terrible. Shit like that. The way the music industry used to work, I am not happy about the way COVID came about, but I am thrilled at the results.
Right.
For people figuring out, like, you don't have to fucking be here to press a key on a keyboard.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You do not have to be here to fucking play this shit because it is already pre-recorded and you were playing to a goddamn click track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It's
like it's a whole new world.
Yeah, it's like Bear Grylls, that whole like adapt and overcome. Like that's it.
Yes.
Okay, well,
yes.
This is
only the fittest will survive, right?
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, if you think about it, like I'm sure, not to give away our fucking secrets or tell anybody else to do what we do, because there's nobody else that could fucking do what we do. And I challenge any band out there to release 28 songs in 1 year.
In a fucking year now, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Written and recorded and
wait.
released.
Can we throw that challenge to the Wiggles?
The Wiggles.
I think the Wiggles, maybe could talk about celery, but I think they could do it.
Dude, I haven't had to watch the Wiggles in like 20 some odd years, and I still have fruit salad stuck in my head.
First off, that shit's yummy. Secondly, you throw some respect on the Wiggles' name.
I love the Wiggles. I'm not saying they don't have their merit. I'm just saying I haven't had to listen to it in a full minute.
Yeah, right. There's a sidetrack for you.
Once again, for anybody watching, check out the Wiggles.
Yes. Hey,
But what I was saying,
music.
Think of how much to release 28 songs in 1 year. Think of how much it would cost to go to a studio.
Yeah.
And record 28 fucking songs.
All right, so
well, and for everybody to work through their BS together all at the same time too. Like I said, there's a certain relationship bands have when you all get together like that.
Yeah. Not to mention something as simple as, so you're going to a studio, you have to figure out 5 individuals' work and personal schedule and get them all to line up.
Everybody has to have the week off
at one time.
Yep. Everybody has, even if you're only recording for 2 days, everybody needs the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna go in and easily, even if you find, like, I had a band way back in the 90s. We recorded with a dude that used to be part of the fucking Atlanta Jazz Orchestra. Like, he's a dude that recorded Tag Team.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Legitimately, that guy.
Nice.
Who, by the way, they never paid him. His name was Harry. He had a gold record and no money. It fucking sucked.
Look at your contracts, guys. Look at your contracts.
No, seriously, they both went to fucking prison before they could pay him from the residuals, which is what they were. That's neither here nor there. I'm not going to go into that further. Point of the matter is, we get there, we paid $50 an hour, and that was between fucking 4 of us. And even when we got there at $50 an hour in the fucking 90s, we were like, I mean, we all worked minimum wage jobs.
Yeah.
We got exactly 3 shots to get each one of these right. Play it 3 times, pick the best of each 3, and fucking run with it.
Yeah.
We had them for the week. We recorded it all in 1 day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our only goal was not to have to spend more money. And the thing is, the way you guys are doing this shit has fucking killed that.
Yep.
You can do whatever. You have all the time in the world to do exactly what you want.
Yeah. And since it's all digital, like it's an electric drum set, so cool. It's 1:30 in the morning and I can't sleep. Great. I'm gonna come down. I'm just gonna track the drums to the new album.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I don't have to. Nobody even knows that I'm down here because it's no louder than clapping your hands.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at when you gave us let's call it the video tour earlier, the actual setup that you have. I mean, that's like a full on recording space.
Yep. Yeah.
Right, like originally would have been the practice and or recording space, but now it's just you because you're not trying to go anywhere at all. You can just play and record.
Yep. Yeah.
Feel lonely at all? I know that's a weird kind of question, but like one of the for band practice for me, it's the way I think about it because I did it for years. That way, anyways.
It's not. And I think because we still see each other here and there,
right.
Everybody's got a life. Congratulations to our guitarist, Pat. His wife's pregnant with twins. They had just, so
way to go, Pat.
They had just announced it, late last year. But something like that, it's just hard. It's he already has 2 kids. Now he's gonna have 4 kids.
Ooh, yeah.
So
Twins don't
about
count as 2. That's like 1.5. He's got like 3.5 kids.
But
Yes.
even with everything going on, we did, a Deathtones Christmas, and we all got together and we had Christmas dinner together, and Bill made a ham and roast chicken and all the sides, and we all hung out at Bill's place and listened to the Deathtones and caught up with each other because we haven't fucking all been in the same room in probably 8 months.
Wow. That's awesome. So you can still, I guess, like we said earlier, it saves from fighting bands. You know what I mean? Like when you see each other, it's like a big occasion.
This is probably the future of fucking bands. This really
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
we're constantly in contact with each other because we have a big text chain. So we're always sending stupid memes to each other or talking about the band or what we want to do. Oh, hey, we were thinking about purchasing this, or, hey, we got this idea to do this. Hey, can somebody contact this radio station because we got to plug this, or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
Or just general conversation, and we'll shoot the shit about a new movie that's out. And nobody's ever arguing because, I don't know, who the fuck's got time to argue with 5 other people in a text thread?
No, seriously, that's not gonna happen. It really is. Maybe it might be the way bands have always meant to be.
It's a great buffer, because
you also have time to think about a text, right? Like you're not shooting off the mouth if you happen to get angry.
Yeah.
Have a moment to think.
Yep.
That's an important thing.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've seen it always is like you're married to 4 other people, or however many people you have in your band situation, like you're literally married to those other people, and everybody starts fighting when they get together. I spent a lot of band practices going, come on, guys.
Yeah. and a lot of that down is like I said, Bill and I 2 weeks ago, we had basically a production meeting, and whoever wants to be a part of the production meeting, if you can be there physically, great. We'll knock back a couple drinks. We'll have something to eat. We'll listen to some music. We'll talk about the band, blah, 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 what we got to do. Yeah. Or just like we're doing, hey, you want to zoom in or you want to be on speaker? But the prerequisite is if you're going to come to it, you come with a list of what needs to be discussed. And we don't call the meeting over until every fucking bullet has been touched on, spoken about, and a resolution is come with it.
That's awesome. That's just awesome.
Yeah,
it was Billy. I think
we're
Billy out there till 11 o'clock at night, figuring that and making drawings of stage ideas that we wanted to do and how we could go about it, and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, you guys are thinking real big then. If you're doing schematics of possible stage shows.
Nice.
Yep.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. So
remember, Carousel will fuck up an instrument.
Yeah, it's a business to us. It's not. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. We love what we do, but
those are the best jobs. The ones you love to do.
We have fucking fun, as you can see. Just like horror characters, but.
What if that fucking Letterkenny quote? Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yes.
Damn right.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's why I was a stay-at-home mom. hey, I'm good at that stuff. You know, when you're good at something and you actually enjoy it, why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, my thing, I'm an illustrator who happens to be able to draw when my kid naps, provided my kid naps.
Yep.
Right.
Which, as mentioned earlier, I can't fist fight a toddler. That's not proper.
It's just heavily frowned upon.
Yes.
You know, like people judge you a little. Honestly, she could probably take me though, man. She's fucking
All she's
Like,
got to do is headbutt you. Oh no, all them toddlers got to do is freaking headbutt you, and it's over, man.
It's
Over.
not even that, dude. She runs up, she's like, ha 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 ha, kung fu. And she will hit me, and it fucking hurt.
Yeah.
270 pounds. There's no reason a fucking 30-pound toddler should be able to knock me down. She can't. So, like, honestly, if anybody like watches this in the future and there's a fist fight, you hear about something in Georgia where there's a fist fight between a man and a toddler, and the man lost. Very clear. I tried my best. She's fucking tough.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry.
I can't explain that to people. There are people that I grew up with that are in a house for something like, how? And all I can do is cry and fall over.
Yeah.
Why don't we take one more break here and then we'll finish up.
Sure.
Sounds good.
If you've been itching for tales to be told of villains and vampires and poor little toads, visions most foul and hounds on the prowl, then pull up a log and sit down at Nick's fire. For the Midnight Society has the tale you desire, to warm you and chill you and tingle your spine, put hair on your back and leave logic behind. Are you afraid of the dark? You'll know when you snick. This Saturday right here, only on Nick.
Halloween, the night he came home, when the deepest fears are made real, when the darkest nightmares come true, when the most courageous soul cowers in the face of evil. First time on TV, the modern horror classic from John Carpenter. Parental discretion advised. This film contains elements of shock and suspense. And now, Halloween, you won't be watching it alone.
All right, Jason.
Yeah. Put me on the spot.
So what do you guys
man.
have going on in the future? You know, what do you have to plug?
Let's see. So, going on in the future, obviously constantly writing and stuff like that. But you know, plugs, whatever they want to say that they are. And anybody listening to this, check us out on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram. I think we're putting our Twitter back up.
Oh, yeah. How
all
did
that
actually turn out?
What's that?
Well, the Twitter, I'm sorry, not to sidetrack.
No, you're
it's gonna fucking happen. I apologize. Well, I mean, I know you guys were like you ran a relatively large and decent social media campaign. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you guys once again started off at a time when playing shows to get followers or groupies or people that enjoyed you. That isn't a thing that happens. So,
right.
Twitter with the Elon Musk thing, like with everything that's happening, did you guys have a Twitter account? Did you drop it? Did you run it? Like, what'd you do?
We had a Twitter account. But we were just noticing that there just wasn't much traction with it. Not much engagement. So we ended up just like getting rid of it or deactivating, whatever. I don't know if I don't even know if you can actually delete it. You just go, whatever. That's how everything is. You can't get rid of something. You're there forever. You just stop using it. But we were talking that we might put it back up. But everything that's going on with Twitter, because it's being run like an absolute shit show. Like, well, maybe we'll hold off on that. So that was part of the production meeting and yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should wait a little bit. So. Facebook is where to find us the easiest. But Amazon Music, Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. You can do a Google search of the Deathtones and make sure you correct it because it's going to want to send you to.
Yep.
the F. So you correct it to Deathtones. Holy shit. It's everything. It's interviews that we've done with magazines and our YouTube videos and all kinds of stuff.
I even found you guys on iHeartRadio, which was nice
There we
because
go.
I already have you on there. So
Awesome. Definitely have to plug We Are Horror Records and Dan Phillips. Dan is the fucking man. He used to run something called Horror Punk's Not Dead. And he's actually combining it with We Are Horror Records. So instead of running two things, he's just got one that's going to be an all-inclusive.
That's how we did it.
That's legitimately. Actually, that's almost like a point.
Stuff just gets too big to be running two separate things. It's just easier to just do it as one. So make sure to check out We Are Horror Records. Listen, you can find us on Bandcamp. Just search the Deathtones, and you can purchase all of our music on Bandcamp. A lot of it is pick your price. So, like, if you just want to get it for free, you could just not give us any money. But if you
don't do that,
you could throw.
You're getting out there, right?
So, and check out We Are Horror Records on Bandcamp as well. Dan took a chance on us, and I can't tell people enough to listen to what Dan's doing. Dan has a great ear for music. I've had conversations with Dan, and he said that people are too nice anymore, and some people need a reality check that, like, hey, maybe your music's not as good as you think it is, and maybe these guys know what good music is because that's what they're doing. Check that out. And like I said, follow the Facebook for all the updates. Make sure to check out the newest single that we dropped Friday the 13th. We just dropped it on Friday the 13th. It's on Spotify, it's on YouTube, it's on Bandcamp, it's on all those places. It's also through We Are Horror Records. Just stay up to date with us on Facebook. That's the easiest way to follow everything that's going on. We've been a little silent because we got restricted for a post about.
We know, we feel the pain.
Picture that somebody wanted to report because they felt it was in bad taste. It was about Jeffrey Dahmer using spices. But nobody batted an eye about the post of John Wayne Gacy and the lyric of "I have friends in low places," but it was changed to "I have friends in small spaces."
Yes.
Nobody cared about
like
that.
That's fucking. That is fucking dark too. Like this part,
that
is low.
But I figured it out. I think it's because it was a Jeffrey Dahmer post, and it was because of all of the Dahmer backlash. I'm not saying I'm not saying that we say that what Jeff did was right or okay or understood. And by all means, we completely understand how that show could easily trigger
the families,
survivors and or relatives thereof.
I feel like a lot of people may have kind of jumped on the bandwagon. There were a lot of people that were like, "Oh, it was awful. I couldn't get through the first episode." And all I thought was like, "Yo, it's Jeffrey fucking Dahmer. What did you think this was?"
Well, I mean, Craig tried to watch it. Craig tried to watch it. Was not a big fan of it, right? And that it wasn't something you could get into. I actually watched it, but I am a Ryan Murphy fan. So for me, watching it,
I love Ryan Murphy too. Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Got into it. Like it wasn't.
I didn't get into it. I watched it. I still didn't like it.
Glorification, but only because, for me, I remember Jeffrey Dahmer when it hit the news and when it was a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, I recall when it was like this dude just got caught eating people's fucking hearts.
Yep.
So watching the movie version of it, or the TV version of it, Ryan Murphy's version of it. I'm not going to say it put it into perspective because I'd already seen the other, like My Friend Dahmer and fucking
The one with Jeremy Renner. That one
watched.
made it hard for me to like Jeremy Renner. The Dahmer with Jeremy Renner as
Well, no,
Dahmer.
see, like actually, I like Rainer specifically because of that movie. Like he was able to play that part and then move on to fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah,
that's a great.
I still have a rough time with Jeremy Renner because he just played it way too well, and that gives me the creeps a little bit. And that gives me the creeps a little bit. That's why. That's it.
I can't.
But for like the fact that when they did the Netflix thing, like I am not going to say that the glorification wasn't there because it fucking was. I understand what people were saying.
Yeah.
It was like this whole like make him a likable fucking serial killer sort of a thing.
Oh, and they do this with villains a lot lately. They do this with villains a lot lately.
I didn't look at it like glorification. I looked at it as like it was. Unfortunately, it was very factual and it was very true life. And
which is what I was going to get to eventually. Like,
where you say glorification,
but whole generation.
Yeah, like I don't think
do not know.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say why Dahmer bothers me the most. Dahmer as a serial killer. Okay. All right, so we might cut this later, please and thank you, but it's because he was a self-hating gay.
Pretty much.
He was, as far as like how he went about doing things, which was even worse from the series, which by the way was based on actual fact.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
There were dudes he met through the course of his life that could have altered the entire course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they were legitimately a part of his history. Things could have been different.
Yeah.
Things could have been very different. Yes. But because of that, that's why Dahmer, to the core, Dahmer himself, not who's played him or whatever.
Well, it wasn't just for being a self-hating gay, though. I mean, the fact is, his dad raised him dissecting roadkill.
Yeah.
There were definitely like somebody needed to step the fuck in and like, hey, something's not fucking right.
Yeah.
Dude,
there was a book I read back in the fucking early 2000s where they were talking about like the prehistory for. This is at the time when they still thought that what's his name out of Texas actually had killed like 100 people. Something Lee something.
Yeah. Oh my god.
My brain is farting. Sorry, guys.
That was
too many drinks,
he was a fucking liar. Like he killed 2 people, but
everybody.
So,
dude, if I could ask my mom right now, I would, but she's
this guy legitimately was the reason I bought this book, and it also had Dahmer. It had a bunch of other fucking people in it. The fact of the matter is, if there had been the same resources that exist now to research them, I feel like that book would have been written differently. I'm not saying that there's an excuse for any serial killer because there's fucking none.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like Dahmer, there is no excuse. He said it in his own interviews. Like, I am a sick person. I will kill if I get the chance.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't fucking around about it. He didn't lie.
Yeah.
Like, no, I like
bashed hit by some weights.
Yeah.
Probably deserved it.
Yeah.
Not even probably. He fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
But the whole idea, like the idea of the Netflix show catching shit for doing it in a dramatic. Like,
no. Even with because I don't watch award shows, but Evan Peters got an award for this, right?
Yeah.
And I love Evan Peters. Evan Peters does an amazing job at whatever he touches. I have zero problem with whatever. And I do get how we go back to families are upset about that. But he did an amazing job and he deserved an award for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and he's not even part of a generation that would understand exactly what he was fucking portraying.
Yeah.
He wasn't like he was not alive when the shit happened.
No.
He was a baby.
But God, every time he does an American Horror Story, whatever they throw at him, like the hotel. Oh God, what did he?
He played H.H. Holmes. That motherfucker was psychotic.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I knew you read. But the part of the matter is, like, the guy plays the character.
That was amazing.
Well.
Yeah, he did. and I think that's something else that a lot of people had a hard time swallowing with the Dahmer documentary is he played it uncomfortably well.
Very.
Yeah.
That's what did
That's
it
how
for
I
me.
feel
It
about
wasn't-
Renner. That's exactly.
It was
That's
a-
the same way.
Have any of you guys ever seen the Tim Burton movie Ed Wood?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
So, oh God, what's his name plays Bela Lugosi?
Martin Landau. Or
Martin Landau. Thank you.
yeah.
So Landau plays Lugosi. I remember watching the fucking movie. I forgot that it was not Bela Lugosi.
Right, that it was
Yeah.
Ed Wood.
Yeah.
You're watching Ed fucking Wood.
Landau playing Bella, and oh my God, wait, this isn't Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt watching the Dahmer documentary. Every so often, it would click in my head that I was like, "Oh God, this is a reenactment. This is not.
Yeah.
This isn't the real footage." But like,
Yeah.
Jesus,
It's
fucking
based
right.
off of fucking interviews after the guy was caught. Like it was a.
Yeah. It felt so real.
Well,
Yeah.
you see the like. There's a fucking meme and GIF or GIF, depending on who you are, Craig. That did that for you.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, I don't believe it.
I
But
think-
the point of the matter is, like, you see these fucking things. You watch the thing, like, we're gonna watch this, and then you're gonna go home. Except he's holding a knife while he's fucking like that whole scene.
Yep.
It's dark and it's fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Like that is a terrible fucking thing, and it happened.
Yeah.
Evan Peters drills that shit home.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
scene just got a complete lackluster fucking explanation. We're just gonna watch this,
Yeah.
and you're gonna leave. Except he is fucking holding a weapon that you know he's gonna use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like that. He deserved any award he got for that fucking shit.
And I'll say,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
as uncomfortable as the documentary can make somebody, I feel that it is very important to humanity and human history and society.
Yeah.
That those things are not fucking forgotten.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because you fucking forget that shit happens, that's when it fucking happens again.
Yeah.
No, that
Like,
the whole thing where they were supposed to make a memorial for this in that area, that never happened.
yeah.
Never.
Yep.
I mean, it might now with social
Sure.
media and
At the
canceling.
time, though, is because cops didn't want to acknowledge how bad they fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is another thing that's great about the documentaries. The one thing
because
Yeah.
I love about that, like I knew, like that same book that I was referring to earlier. That's what I loved about it. They continually pointed out how many chances there were for local police to fucking stop it.
Intervene.
Yeah.
To
They
intervene.
never did
Exactly.
because they
Yeah.
didn't care. It was a bunch of fucking gay kids. What the fuck did they?
Yep.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
was not only gay kids, it was in a predominantly brown
Yeah,
neighborhood.
predominantly black
Yeah.
neighborhood with a bunch of gay
Yep.
fucking victims. Who
Yep.
gives a shit?
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Not important. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, these
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
fucking beings, man. Like,
Yeah,
You have a lot of,
absolutely.
like people, they talk about it. Like I think it's even done in. There's a documentary that came out from A&E years ago, where they were talking about the fact that the one dude got away after being fucking
Yeah.
lobotomized.
Yeah, like
essentially.
totally
yeah,
drilled
yeah,
into and shit. And he's just like,
Drilled
oh,
in his head, including fucking borax
Oh, he's
dropped
just
into
drunk.
it afterwards. Right? He's drunk. He's my boyfriend, and clearly, like, if you see a picture of the victim in question, no, that's a fucking kid,
yeah.
Yeah.
little
And they're just
kid.
like, oh, gay? We don't want anything.
And the cops are like, "Yeah, take him away. I don't care."
Yeah.
Yep.
No, not even that, but even then, for that matter, the fact that like his next door neighbor kept called the cops on him. This
Oh,
man's
see,
killed-
and that part's not portrayed in almost any other media with that there was people around him
like,
saying, hey,
continually calling.
there is
Yeah.
a stinky problem happening and this smells like death.
Yeah.
This doesn't
Yeah.
smell like somebody's cooking pork chops. Okay.
That was
Well, look
like,
at did you see the documentary on Pazuzu? He only
yeah,
killed
Jesus
one
Christ,
person.
the devil
And,
next door. The devil
yeah, the
next
cops
door.
came like 4 times to the house, and they were just like, "We don't know what you're talking about. We
You
can't,
can't
find
find
it."
anything.
Oh my
They
God.
never brought cadaver dogs though. If they brought cadaver dogs, they would have figured it out quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
real quick. Real quick.
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah.
That was this is a side thing. We were supposed to be saying goodbye at this moment, but just because it reminded me, I'm going to throw it out
Hey.
So,
anyway.
you know,
Why not?
poor stuff.
There was the guy in Europe who ended up only getting caught because his sink could not handle the body parts he was trying to push down it.
Yep.
Nice.
I know. I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Ripper, I think, is what they ended up calling him.
Like
Jeez.
somebody just around the corner from him just disappeared, and then all of a sudden body parts started like
Oh no,
coming up in
they've
other
been
people's
going on
shit.
for like 12 years. And
Yeah,
it kept
it
running.
went on for a long time. Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
cop showed up and found a dead body in a bag in his fucking wardrobe. Not even a fucking closet, a wardrobe, a fucking standing wardrobe. They were- hey, what is this in the bag?
It is nothing. There's nothing to see here.
No, what's funny about that guy, they got him on the ride back to the police station. Like, so we found a body, and they were like, one? Months. Like, they were like, is there more? And he's like, oh, yeah, there's like 15 or 16.
Like when you
That's when
find
they started
sludge,
checking the
when it
laundry.
becomes sludge, oh god, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird fucking term.
my mother used to work at a hospital, and the morgue was right next to her. And I used to have, when I was little, I used to have nightmares about that shit. Like,
Yeah.
the office,
I
like
can
literally on the
imagine.
other side of the wall was dead bodies.
Yeah.
That's what it was made out of, actually.
Now I'm like, oh, there's dead bodies there. Like I
think
said,
that's
she
it.
wouldn't feed my creepy side. I couldn't even eat good creepy cereals. Come on, guys. No He-Man, no nothing. I couldn't watch any of that stuff unless I went to a friend's house.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it was brutal. But I lived on an army base, so there were plenty of friends' houses.
I was going
Yeah.
to say, that's also how most of us found our way to different horror varieties.
Yeah.
It was
Actually, horror was brought on to me really early. So went to Korea, recorded everything. One night in the middle of the night, I went to bed watching cartoons. Totally went to bed watching Smurfs and all, happy stuff.
Yeah.
Wake up in the middle of the night to the first Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'm like,
yes.
8 years old. Yes, first Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's where they're dragging her friend in the body bag all over the place.
Yeah.
And I just stand up and I scream like probably the best horror movie scream any little kid could ever do. With the whole house. But I've been in love ever since. I've been a horror movie fanatic since I was like a tiny child. And then my uncle got me into way more of it, especially the more obscure stuff.
Okay.
He's like, you gotta check out Dead and Breakfast. You gotta check out what is the Super Troopers one? Club Dread.
Club Dread.
Club Dread, yeah.
Club Dread, yeah. Yeah, I own everything those boys have ever made, even their very obscure stuff. I've got some ones that are really, really weird.
So the first horror movie that I can remember actually watching was at a sleepover. And by the way, the first sleepover I ever went to, I will tell you what the date is. Give me just a moment. Well, no, this is important to me because I remember it was the first time that I recall seeing anything. There it is. All right. So I would have been this was 1986.
7?
So no, I would have been in 3rd grade.
Okay.
So 7, 8 years old, about there.
Give or take. Yeah, I was fucking young. But that was Night of the Creeps. That was the first horror movie I remember seeing. And it's because this kid's mom did not look at what he wanted to rent.
Nice.
And he got it because he saw the cover.
Yeah.
So it's me and like 4 other dudes watching. And by the way, all of us fucking terrified, which is hilarious because if you see Night of the Creeps, it's funny as shit. Right? So we are legitimately like all trying to be cool. I remember it clear as day, trying not to look at the movie while scary shit is happening.
Oh, of course.
Making fun of each other for being afraid of what was happening.
Yep.
And not sleeping the rest of the night because it was fucking terrible.
Of course. Anytime something's scary, you're like, I have to pee.
No, seriously, I have been chasing that fucking feeling ever since.
Oh.
All right, I think on that note, we can end that
I've
on a
actually
good
got a lot of good stories. I got a lot of good stories about like horror movies that I should have never, like at 8 years old, watching the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre all by myself.
I was 5. It started with Return of the Living Dead.
Out with me and watched
Dude,
it. He
the
didn't
second one's
show up,
fucking
and I was
funny.
like,
Though.
fuck
Once
it.
again, you don't know how funny it is until you see it later.
Oh,
Yeah.
part 2 is amazing. No, Like that is the most hilarious. I fucking love part 2. Part 2 is
The
a
fucking
good one.
like the dude, the fucking grandpa for the first one is just a corpse.
grandpa, yeah.
It's just fucking wonderful. And then Dennis
grandpa,
Hopper
the guy-
and like the one redneck cheering because
no, what's his name?
Stomp up with chainsaws. That's great.
No, what's his name? Scraping his head, but I
Bill
can't remember
Mosley.
Bill Mosley.
Yep.
Yes, Bill Mosley. I fucking love Bill Mosley. But yeah, him scratching his plate the whole time and his
Eating in my plate.
Eating the skin, being all gross.
Eating in my plate.
Yep. I will never ever forget that. Like I have a lot of really, really great memorable moments with horror.
Oh yeah.
You know what's
I mean, obviously we are where we are now, right, guys?
No, that's actually correct. It was like Chainsaw Massacre 2, the part that like I think back on it, and when I was a kid when I first saw it, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, I don't know why it scared the shit out of me because I'm thinking about the dude without the skin spitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was clearly hilarious.
Yeah.
Plus the cook off. It's fucking funny.
Just even the beginning.
The entire thing.
College guys shooting down the road.
Clearly a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how your perspective changes as you age.
Oh yeah.
Just like there were Friday the 13th said like they were all slasher movies, but there were some that were clearly done specifically because everybody understood why it was funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, it's good shit.
It's awesome.
Yep.
And I really hope it continues. I truly hope it continues. I'm terrified that it won't because everybody's like moving to the darker, shittier web shit. Like Craig just reviewed a movie that was like nothing but fucking web quotes and shit. It was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
I just watched one the other night and I was actually afraid it was going to be all about being sick from the pandemic, but it surprised the heck out of me. And anybody who hasn't watched it yet should. That movie, Sick. If you haven't watched it, you should because it surprised the shit out of me.
That's on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Yep. No, I've actually got that in my queue.
Check it out.
Ready to go on that.
Yeah.
Most recent
like
movie
I said,
that got me.
The name infers something, but it will say, okay, cool. All right, it's not just this. Thank you.
The most recent movie that got me was Skinamarink. That movie.
Oh, you saw? I didn't see Skinamarink yet. It's good.
Insane.
It's weirdly uncomfortable and unnerving.
All right.
It is unnerving. Like I watched it because Craig was like, "It's unnerving," and I watched it. I was like, "Holy shit, it really is."
Oh, nice.
Sometimes I think Craig's like, it's just a really bad production. That wasn't the case with this. This one is actually uncomfortable to watch.
I heard the name, and all I could think is the Elephant song from back when I was a kid.
Well, no, that's the point. There's that's like that actually deep into it. Watch the shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, it is uncomfortable. It makes you feel not good.
It keeps you on edge the whole time. Like sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. It depends on the mood.
It's well thought out. It was done with a fucking micro budget. The fucking like everything that was done, they did it intentionally because they didn't have the budget to make it what they wanted.
Yeah, I think the budget was like what, 15 grand?
Yeah, it was fucking nothing. Like if they had an actual budget, I cannot imagine that people would have left the theater without crying.
Yeah.
Like it's uncomfortable to watch.
Wow. All right. I can see this.
Definitely gonna check it
watch
out.
and be like, well, yeah, it's a little shitty, but fuck you.
Yeah. Usually you guys throw movies out to me and I'm like, okay, I gotta go watch it. If I can find it on something I have, I go and I watch it because I want to do my homework if I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Actually, you should watch The Devil's Chair, by the way, Terry.
I haven't watched that one. I'll write it down. Oh no, I keep a pad of paper every time we're talking.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it is a good one.
It is not anything that you'd expect. It's got a hero you wouldn't expect. It's got victims you wouldn't expect. It's gross.
Yeah.
So
going to that, there was one that somebody told me I should check out. I haven't watched it yet, but it was called Feed.
I don't know.
Yeah, Feed's pretty good.
All right.
Did you guys see Smile?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course we saw Smile. I only watched it because Craig said it was worth watching, though, because I was afraid that it was going to be a disappointment.
Me too.
Right?
The movie did such a good job of making you question what was reality.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
was not.
Kind of like Jacob's Ladder back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob's
I
Ladder.
pinpointed the ending. We were in the theater, and I was like, it'd be really cool if this. I was like, but I know, just knowing movies, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like this.
Right.
Yeah.
And it totally flipped it, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking great. Like,
It was. Well, that's like, isn't that the best part of a fucking horror movie though? Like, if you like the one I have always said, and I truly believe this, like from the bottom of my heart, the last true open-ended version of creativity that exists in Hollywood in any form is in horror.
right.
It's horror,
Horror
sci-fi,
and
horror fantasy,
like
or
every
fucking
type
straight
of metal.
Yeah.
There isn't anything left other than that. It's the one thing you can write anything. You can create any character. You can do anything you want to. You can't do it in any comedy because they're all formulaic as shit. You can't do it with a drama because all dramas follow a pattern.
Right.
And even horror movies produced by a specific studio follow a solid pattern. But if you find an indie produced horror movie that just happens to have the backing of a decent studio, holy shit. It's new, it's fucking awesome, and it makes you give a shit.
Yep.
Right? Right? It's like when Saw I mean, I like Saw all together.
Oh, I
when
love the
first
Saws. Give me
came out-
any Saw. I'm a big fan.
Yep. I own them all. I actually just completed my collection this year at Christmas with Spiral. My kids.
That Saw 10 comes out this year, I think.
Yeah, that one I made fun of because I don't know how the fuck Tobin Bell is still doing those with a straight face.
I know, right?
You died. Like, what the fuck are you doing, homie? You literally cannot show up at this point and be like, I tape recorded this shit in fucking '02 of the 1900s.
Yeah.
But I put it in
I mean, because the story just builds and builds and builds.
Like, seriously, don't get me. Like, I love Tobin Bell. I fucking love Tobin Bell. He's a great. He's fucking incredible. And I wish they hadn't killed him so early because it's kind of fucking up this next part for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked it up for me since he first, like, originally when he showed up and he was like, he's wearing, like, they made fun of it online. Like, he's wearing a backwards hat. And suddenly that's him young.
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ, I love the Saw movies. I was like, that's cool. That's fine. It's cool. He looks younger. I would deal.
Yep. I'm there.
I cannot deal with it now, though. Like, if he shows up in a fucking fedora, I don't know what to say about that. Like, my belief has been stretched. Maybe a jester's hat. Like, here's a full jester's hat. I mean, like, if he shows up and he's like, I want to play a game. Jingle, jingle. Cool. I will let it go. They're obviously running a new direction.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. No.
That's definitely an ender. That was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, that whole last couple minutes was just.
This entire conversation, this might have been one of the most useless conversations we've had.
Yeah, we did stuff.
And that's saying
it entertained the shit out of me, so I guess that's not what really matters, but I'm good.
Dude, always, by the way, it's been great to talk to you. I'm thrilled to death every time we fucking do this.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking awesome to meet you. You know, like I'm always down to like meet new people, and what you guys do is like right up my alley, you know, because I love horror movies and I like rock, any type of rock, stretching from every. I'm there.
Awesome.
The harder stuff, the better. But yeah, no, I love you guys, and this is the first I even listened to you, so you got a new fan, and I promise to pass you along the West Coast.
That's fucking awesome.
Get the other side of the country out of it. That's the important part.
Right? Exactly.
Shout it in the street.
Hopefully, when we do this again, you know, the rest of the boys will be here, or at least be able to Zoom.
Well, it's great. Next time, it's going to look like a game of Guess Who. Like,
I know, right? See, and it's hard because I don't have it so I can see all you at once. So whoever's talking's up, you know. It's
just
a
set
little
it
rough.
to gallery view.
I do it. I specifically load it.
Oh, okay.
That all of us can be involved in this, only so I can ask, okay, are they wearing a glove?
We could do like Hollywood Squares. Let's do it like Hollywood Squares.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Geeked in Squares. Geeked in Squares would be what it would be.
Especially because you got your horror movie characters over here, and then your geek characters over here.
Like, how would you fuck this up? Are they wearing glasses?
Yes, it would. Oh man, we'd be screwed. Are they black? What shape are they?
Does their name start with a J? That would fuck you up too. Like, that wouldn't even wear it down. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do a fucking geek dim guess who. With
Woo.
Everybody turn off your screen.
We'll be encouraged to wear masks.
There you go.
At least 4 of us will. Wait, 5 now. 5.
All right. See, and it's messed up because I'm always guest. I'm the only one here that's a girl. Come on.
No. Make sure that nobody asks any questions like that.
Yeah,
no,
can't ask questions like that. Funny. I'll make sure my hair stays like hardcore back. I'll grow some facial hair overnight.
And James would pop in and be like, "Depends what kind of long hair." It would absolutely destroy everything. There's no way to get that answer.
This has been awesome. This was a good conversation.
Thank you guys for having us on.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on again.
It is seriously, it's been great having you.
The fucking love, man. We really thank you.
I can't wait to work with everybody in the future. I'm excited.
Yep.
This is good stuff.
Awesome.
All right, folks.
All right. Good night.